Have you ever wanted to dive into the deepest parts of the ocean? Well, today you will have that chance. Let's start our journey. Are you ready? Let's dive.
Right below the surface, life is thriving and developing everywhere.
But we won't stay here for long. Goodbye.
At 20 meters deep, a whole new world opens up before you.
Look, there are people here too, but these are professional divers. 40 meters is the maximum depth allowed for them. Be careful, guys. 60 meters. And here is our first killer whale. Did you know they are top predators? They have no natural enemies. They can weigh up to 60 tons and live for 130 years. At 100 meters, you might see professional divers being very cautious. If you are lucky, you can see a giant Pacific octopus. They live in cool waters from this depth down to 2,000 meters. Now we are entering the dark zone of the ocean at 150 meters.
At 200 meters, a giant oarfish is swimming around our submersible.
These creatures are the source of sea serpent legends and can reach 11 meters. At 300 meters, we find the Japanese spider crab. Their bodies are only 0.5 meters wide, but their legs are huge.
At 500 meters, we see the blue whale, the largest animal in history.
They don't need to dive this deep, but they do it to show off. At 600 meters, we use the SOFAR channel to hear whales communicating. Sound waves can travel thousands of kilometers here before fading away. At 830 meters, if we place the Burj Khalifa here, its top would be hidden. At 900 meters, we meet the legendary giant squid.
They have eyes as big as dinner plates. Truly a sight to behold.
At 11,100 meters, we find the West Mata, one of the deepest volcanoes. It last erupted in 2009, captured by a remote-controlled vehicle.
At 1,280 meters, we encounter the great white shark.
They don't need light to hunt. They rely on their sense of smell.
Also at this depth, the leatherback turtle, the largest turtle species. At 1,500 meters, we see massive fishing nets used for deep-sea trawling. These nets can catch anything in their path. It's quite destructive.
At 1,830 meters, we are in a deep mountain canyon. At 2,000 meters, we meet the terrifying black dragonfish.
It looks like something from a horror movie. Let's keep our distance.
At 2,250 meters, we say goodbye to the sperm whale. They are the largest toothed whales, reaching up to 19 meters.
At 3,000 meters, we see stunning deep-sea coral reefs.
They are found in every ocean, but are rarely seen by humans. At 3,700 meters, we reach the average depth of the world's oceans.
At 4,500 meters, the anglerfish appears with its glowing lure.
Its long, jagged teeth are enough to scare anyone away. At 5,760 meters, we find the SS Rio Grande shipwreck. It sank in 1941 and was only discovered 55 years later. At 6,000 meters, we enter the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean. This is the most unexplored and fascinating place for scientists. At 7,900 meters, we see the Mariana snailfish, the deepest living fish. It's amazing how this little creature can survive such extreme pressure. At 10,927 meters, we have reached the Challenger Deep, the bottom of the Earth.
Very few people have been here. We hope to uncover its secrets soon.